This won't be a very long video, I don't think so, guys, but it's one of those videos that's just a little bit depressing. As some of you are aware, Whitney from Love Island UK, Whitney, who I think should have won with Locken on her season but didn't, she has been on the Netflix show Inside, which is a reality TV show made by the Sidemen, KSI and that lot. And basically the plot of the show, in case you haven't seen it, is it's a bit like Big Brother meets I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here meets Temptation Island. So they all live in this kind of bunker, these contestants. They have money to spend, but they have a collective budget that they don't want to waste too much. So you're going to get contestants who are tight, contestants who are big spenders, and they have to kind of do these various challenges, answer questions, etc., and somehow survive until they're whistled down, you know, voted out, what have you. You've seen it all before. And she has recently been on the show, and she is now detailing the horrific racist abuse she's suffered. Now, I do want to say something, put my cards on the table. I did try and watch Inside. I started episode 1, but I couldn't get all the way through it because I just didn't enjoy it. I've got to be honest. Yeah, for me it was just a bit of a trial. I just thought it's nothing I've not seen before, and these guys are not particularly entertaining. Apart from Whitney, who I do actually find quite entertaining. She arrived with her bag and was expecting someone else to pick it up for her, which I find quite funny, but some people didn't, but I thought that was quite funny. Anyway, I'm mumbling, and I mustn't mumble. Anyway, yeah, I didn't get through it because I just didn't enjoy it. But I think regardless of whether you liked Whitney on the show or not, and regardless of whether you think some people have said she was rude, some people have said she was entitled, some people have said she was entertaining, I think regardless of all that, she doesn't deserve racist abuse. No one deserves racist abuse for simply appearing on a TV show, or doing anything else for that matter. It's a line that shouldn't be crossed. So I just want to detail some of the abuse she's been getting, in case you're wondering. Now, some of this is so horrific that I can't put it up on the screen, because I think if I do, my video will probably get taken down. But here's some of the messages she's been sent, and I'm going to read them out to you. Just put up the face of the person who allegedly sent it, and I'll read them out to you now. This is from Astrid. Again, how do I read this out? Hello, I'm your biggest fan. F your mum, you effing black N-word. Hope you die, you B-word. Talking S-word about Dylan and everybody. You effing C-word sucker. F black N-words. You effing black... I can't. I mean, hope you get cancer and dies. Amen. I mean, I just can't believe it. Here's another one. You effing N-word. I hope you don't effing wake up tomorrow. Effing fat B-word with an IE at the end. Ugly, fat, ass, B-word, slurp on this BBC, you slave. I'm just stunned, you know, because the thing is, you read about the abuse people get, and then you see this and you think, wow, so it's actually worse than I thought. Because the words those people have written are far worse than anything I really would have imagined. They are truly gross, disgusting, vile. Who should get that kind of abuse for simply appearing on a TV show? It's just a TV show. And yet here people have decided to unleash every single word in the far-right canon that they can possibly imagine and direct it at someone who's famous for being on Love Island. You know, I think it's absolutely dreadful. Then we have another example here in which some cast members from the show are watching the moment on the show where it was Whitney's birthday, and someone online, while they're watching the show, live streaming it, making comments, compares Whitney to a male footballer, who's also black, but is a male. And you can see the streamers laughing at the fact that she's been compared to this person.
We'll appreciate it.
But this one, don't read it out.
Wait, which one?
I'm going to show you. They said it was a certain someone's birthday.
Oh. Yo, oh my god.
I will appreciate more your birthday. So, no, Whitney, thank you, sorry, thank you.
Crazy.
Hey, there is. There's something in there.
KSI's in there. That is a fat ass.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Wait.
That's a fat
There's
ass.
nothing in it. It's safe.
Who want to rap battle me?
We want to rap battle. PK can only battle you. And PK, you can't sing.
So here we go, guys. That's it. You know, I just think there's probably far worse and far more that Whitney's had to deal with. But this brings up several issues for me. The first issue it brings up for me is, what kind of audience do the Sidemen attract? You see, this reflects badly on them too. Personally, I find the Sidemen really quite juvenile. And I'm not surprised their audience responds like this, because I think they have a very juvenile audience. And the fact that they're making racist comments doesn't surprise me either, because if you recall, I think it was either last year or the year before, where KSI was really, you know, stupid enough to say the P-word slur in a game that they were putting together, which I couldn't believe. I thought, why would you do that when you know? You must know you are sadly, even if you don't want to be, you're an example setter to a lot of younger people. And you shouldn't be using racial slurs like that. It was appalling. And I thought, what in your world were you thinking when you said that word out loud? I couldn't believe it. But anyway, if that's the kind of people you follow and you find funny, then sadly, if you do watch their content, you will eventually become a bit more like them. And those words will become part of your vocabulary, which they shouldn't. Then for me, the other issue that it brings up is the duty of care on behalf of Netflix. As far as we're aware, right, when you go on Love Island, there is a duty of care ITV have to put out to all the contestants. And a lot of the contestants have spoken about how good the duty of care is, i.e. therapy, you get people to talk to. When you go back on social media, they're there to help you for the first few weeks as you get used to the coming back onto the social media platform and having to see what people have said about you, nasty and nice. But I don't think Netflix offer that. And I think what we've got here is an example of someone who is experiencing unedited, unfiltered, raw racism and criticism, and there's no duty of care machine to back her up from Netflix. And we've seen this already with Netflix when we had the show Baby Reindeer last year, which was supposed to be this comedy drama about a stalker, and over the course of the series, even though they said it was based on true facts mixed with drama, fictional drama, we found out via social media who the stalker was, who the other characters were. People were finding out the names of those who were accused and implemented in the crimes contained within the program. And again, the eyes were on Netflix as to the duty of care. You should have checked all this before you broadcast the show. You should have checked that people couldn't be traced and names couldn't be traced and all that kind of stuff, because all the people involved were still alive and could be found, you know, all that kind of stuff. People who were wrongfully accused of stuff in that program that they didn't do, and people thought they did do it, and all that kind of stuff. So I really do think there needs to be a tightening up here of the way programs are made and how the response to programs is gauged once they're broadcast. And I do feel sorry for Whitney, because she shouldn't have to face this. Again, I don't care what you thought of her in the show. Whether you liked her or didn't like her is immaterial. Racist abuse is racist abuse, and it shouldn't happen. And these people should be dealt with, and the Sidemen should issue a statement and apologise to Whitney, and also do damage control and say, next time, we're not going to let this happen, and if you are one of our fans and you are racist, please don't consider yourself one of our fans anymore. Go and watch videos put out by the Reform Party, if that's really your thing. So there you go, guys. A bit depressing and a bit sad, but let's hope Whitney can soldier on and put this behind her. And these losers who write this stuff, they'll just stay losers and have a rubbish week and a rubbish month and a rubbish year. Goodbye.